Let's talk about the Scorpio today, and it's all about the functionality of this product. When we start with the styling, front end, as you can see, it's a total redesign. The Scorpio has been around for quite a while, and of course it has undergone a nip and tuck of some sorts. Now it looks very bold, very different, and of course very catchy. Trapezoidal headlamps that are halogen, and one has actually xenon, and of course this reflector type of fog lights gives this car that genre, so I keep on talking about. Then this grille, it looks like a Jeep grille. Obviously Mahindra has some heritage in 4x4 technology, and they are trying to put that in the Scorpio. Now the redesigned bumper also looks very modern and chic, with this particular lower lip that improves angle of approach when you're doing 4x4 and off-roading. And of course, our resident tech expert, Mr. Murigi, will tell us much more about the 4x4 capability of this particular Mahindra. You can see this hood scoop. Now, this hood scoop denotes power from a design perspective, because this is the slot where the intercooler breathes. It absorbs air from here into the engine, because this particular engine is a turbocharged M-Hawk engine, original engine courtesy of Mahindra, and of course, now it is Euro 6 compliant with the equivalent BS6 from India that was now mandatory from 1st of March. I can tell you Mahindra are not playing games when it comes to power. 140 horsepower, 320 newtons of torque. It's just amazing. So you're going to join me later on as I review this particular car. Now, if you look at the design phase, well, it doesn't look very, aerodynamic, but of course, with the rack being slightly higher up, gives space inside the room, and we're going to see the capacity, the seating capacity, the spaciousness, legroom, headroom for this particular truck. Apart from that, the design queue is fantastic. You can see these bold creases on the bonnet and on the side, again just giving that genre we keep on talking about on cars with big boy trim. Let's move to the side and see the side profile of the Mahindra Scorpio. When you move over to the side again, you can see the design aspect of the Scorpio. It's largely unchanged since it started about 10 years ago. But what Mahindra have done is to include subtle lines within the design aspect of this particular car. If you look at this front fender, there's this bulging line that moves away from the bumper onto this front fender. And this, traditional, it's not an inlet, but just a design cue that has a side repeater lamp. This one is signifying the Hawk, M-Hawk, the Hawk bird that is now the trademark of this particular engine. Again, as you can see, these particular tires are off-road tires that are able to go bundu bashing anywhere you want to go in the country. So fantastic. I think they're 16-inch, and then of course they are high profile to give you comfort and of course maximum grip in any given terrain. Moving over to this particular second third of the vehicle, again it's tall. That has an advantage. That means good headroom and space inside the cabin. The windows are large, meaning it's airy and there's plenty of light that gets in. So everybody who's inside the cabin of this particular vehicle is able to see quite clearly outside. And then, obviously, as you can see this A-pillar, there is minimal blind spot, so you can see the car from a 360 perspective, from a driver's perspective. Moving over to this other part, where the load bay is, this is where all the magic happens. Now, this particular car can tow up to 1.2 tons, can carry 1.2 tons and tow 3.5 tons braked. Now, that is a lot of carrying and pulling capacity, because remember, Mahindra has been built on a chassis that is very strong, it's built to last, and of course they know how to build a vehicle for this particular terrain. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, the terrain in India is similar to Kenya. The weather in India is similar to Kenya. So how they build these particular vehicles will meet and exceed the standards of the African market, which is a rough road package. Again, you can see there is a steel side step over here, so you can actually, I heavy man, can go here without any stress. And obviously, as you can see at the back, you have this 4x4 sticker that denotes that it's a 4x4. Again, you have a long exit point, again helps with the 4x4ness of this particular vehicle. And obviously, as we move to the side and at the back, the design of this particular Mahindra Scorpio again is still traditional, but you have the big Mahindra letters emblazoned on this tailgate. Of course, you do have easy entry and exit of this particular tailgate. It doesn't have gas struts or a torsion beam to lessen the weight of this door, but it's not too heavy. Anybody can literally open the tailgate. Load area as well, you have this plastic lining to protect the underneath of the load bay from rust and of course potential damage due to the weather, acid rain, be it whatever it is. You're protected with this particular, covered load bay. Now, as you can see here, this is an armor guard sort of bumper. It looks plastic, but it's metal. The reason is that you're able to protect the vehicle from damage in case of an accident. So again, well done to Mahindra for bringing this type of technology to the pickup market. That's just the design phase. Do you reckon the cabin is as good as the exterior? We're going to jump in and see what the cabin of the Mahindra Scorpio is all about.